Hello and welcome to another episode of Word Up. This episode is sponsored by Tim Hortons, and anything we say and do today will be endorsed by them. I'm only joking, yeah, it's not the case.
What a way to start.
Yes, I finally have Aaron Butler on. Now, here's the thing.
Sure.
When I was saying to Sean before, like, what guests do you think would be really good guests to get on? Mm-hmm. And he went to meet Aaron Butler. Mm-hmm. And I went, would you believe it if I told you that I had never met Aaron before?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which is crazy because we're both from the same part of it. You literally live like about a 10-minute walk away from me.
Yeah, and I don't reveal because I don't want people following me home, stalking me.
Oh, that's all right.
There was a fight whenever I put a picture.
I thought the new carpet in your bedroom was lovely, by the way. It's really...
I've got wooden floors in my bedroom, so...
Oh, really? It's been a while now.
I realised the other day when we were recording with Andrew that I fucking said something that sort of like gave a hint as to where you live as well.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to fucking cut that.
I mean, no, well, look, I live on the Glen Road. That's no big deal. Glen Road's a big place. Good luck finding me.
It really is. And
Good
also,
luck.
it's West Belfast. I dare you.
Yeah. But I remember put a picture up like in my back garden before, and flipping his Paddy like commented on the photo the exact street.
Are you serious?
And I had to be like, Paddy, I have to delete that.
You just doxed me.
You've literally just revealed where my house is. Like, but he was just like, oh, sorry, mate. It's just because that's where my flipping granny lives or whatever. And I was like, was that?
Your house is literally like our two back gardens, I think.
I merge, yeah.
Did he give the number and
No.
everything? I bet he was like, it's like 45,
Yeah.
Yeah, BT11.
But yeah, we haven't gigged together. We haven't had the pleasure yet of. We're just.
I love, but then I met you on She and Todd's podcast.
Yeah.
and
That was fun. Yeah, there was
vibed.
a moment, right? I had people message me going, there was sparks there. There was love in the air.
Oh, really?
And I said, she wishes.
Yeah, fucking old bitch.
And I missed my chance. She's married. Fuck's sake. Too many years too late, sure.
I'm a terminal flirt, I think. I mean, Curtis knows that as
Terminal?
well.
What, like it's going to kill you?
Yeah, it'll kill you. It's deadly. Next thing you know, you begin
too threatening.
your cat's in the fucking microwave. But no, I don't know. I don't
even have a cat or a microwave.
I think I was like, why the fuck? Like, why haven't I had it? But it was because it would have been too weird before I had met you.
Sure,
to go,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, my podcast.
But I mean, if you say it in that voice, yeah, it definitely is a bit weird. Yeah. If you're just being like, "Aaron, do you want to come on?" It would be like, "Yeah." But if you're sounding like a wee witch,
Yeah,
then,
yeah. I've been thrusting a lot as well this morning.
Yeah, maybe too much. But there was. You sound like a lady in the bingo hall. Do you ever see? Do you ever go into Westway bingo?
Oh my god, yeah. It sounds like she smokes about 50 Lambert a day, like in an hour even.
Westway bingo is one of my favourite places to just go into and just.
Oh
just,
really?
Just
I haven't been
about.
in there in years because my aunt used to work in there.
I went in this year for the first time in my life just to like.
What's it like? Has it changed?
Well, it's like a time machine. It's like going back into the night. It still stinks of smoke.
Does it?
How does it still smell of smoke?
Whenever you said Westway Bingo, the first thing that came into my head was just all these tables with just smoke. Because everybody used to just sit there and smoke.
Like, it must be just so ingrained into the furniture and carpets that they can't get it out. Like,
yeah, that's it.
I was like in the middle of it going, you haven't been able to smoke indoors since 2006. How is this still smell so stale of smoke? Unbelievable.
Yeah. Is it 2006?
That's when the smoking law came in, isn't it? Sometime
and
around
what do you
then?
do? Do you like listen to all the wee biddies? And do you play bingo?
Oh, I played a game of bingo, yeah.
I love a game of bingo.
I had some woman come up to me and, she thought I was a policeman or something because she was like, I never see you in here and blah, blah, blah. And then she got angry because she wasn't winning and stuff and she got aggressive. So
Arms and
Did you?
she got like real fucking fucked off at me because she wasn't winning. And like, it's not my fault. Like,
you have to remember though, bingo players are very, very superstitious.
they take it, and they're very serious about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's their life.
Yeah.
They're like, I am in here on a Friday religiously.
That's how I make my living.
Yeah, there is some like that where you're like, are you fucking, what's happening here?
I noticed that because I have a wee friend I play bingo with on a Monday, and
Where do you play it?
we play it in her kitchen. because it's on Facebook. DM me if you want to know the details. It's kind of illegal though, so you're not allowed to like advertise it.
Of course, you play illegal Facebook bingo.
Of course, I play illegal
Bronagh
Facebook
Diamond
bingo.
thing I've ever
Yeah,
heard in my
it's a
life.
Westy thing. It's
It's
like you
such a
can call up
Westy
and
thing.
collect your winnings now. But
You gotta love that.
sometimes I'm actually like, I would love to just wait outside the people that do the bingo store and just duff up whoever's won the big prize. It's going to happen one day. I'm only joking, yeah, but never do that.
What is the big prize in your Facebook bingo?
My Facebook bingo, the full house on the second page. Why do I sound like a fucking pensioner? There's 2 pages. It's only a wee 2-page
But
bingo.
what's the top prize?
£1,600.
That's still good.
Isn't it?
Westway, I think on a Friday night it might be like
10 grand.
it might be 10 grand.
Is there like a high rollers table?
There's Cheryl over there.
They've got high rollers in their hair.
Very good.
Thank you.
You used the word biddies.
Yeah.
Is that an abbreviation of bingo titties?
Betty's Bingo Ditties. That was our episode, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, do you remember in Mudblood?
Oh, yeah.
Bingo Ditties? No, but is that a thing? Bingo Ditties?
But you just used the word biddies very...
Like wee biddies, wee old
We old
biddies.
women. That's
Right, okay.
That's why I would consider it biddy.
I love a wee old woman though.
Why?
Like I think I already have wee old man energy. But I like wee old woman energy because they just say whatever the fuck they want.
Well, yeah, you've got that.
You know, and they just don't care.
Yeah, you've got that.
Yeah, that's me. You know,
Maybe you are an old
do you know the
lady.
way you're like your granny would go, "Oh, how you love you've put on a terrible lot of weight recently."
Yeah.
You know, is everything okay? You know,
Yeah.
you're much nicer. Like my granny would have. My mummy is sorry. I was going to try and make an excuse for her there, but it's not. It's my ma. She would go, "I don't care what anybody says. Nobody's happy fat." I was like, but I am, mummy.
Well, I would disagree with
I'd
that.
put on a bit of weight before, and I was like, I'm actually quite comfortable in my body. You know, as you were getting older, and I was like, got a bit of a booty going on, got a bit of a ditty, and she went, I mean, you can lie to yourself all you want. Do you know what I mean? She was like,
Oh, wow.
like you feel better when you have a bit off. You'll feel better, and I was like, but then you get the weight off, and you go, actually, you do feel.
Well, I mean, make up your mind.
No, I'm happy either way until she
yeah.
says something to me, and then I'm like,
Aye.
actually, I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
If she says I shouldn't be happy, I shouldn't.
You're overthinking it, I think.
Yeah,
I think you just...
It's a ma thing, isn't it?
You just be you.
What do you
know
like with your ma?
I have a great relationship with my mum. Yeah,
Do you?
I'm very lucky. Yeah,
Are you?
yeah. She's the best. She's fucking...
Aw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what you want. See a guy
Yeah.
that my mom says, a guy that's good to his mother will be good to his wife.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, wives, plural.
Plural,
The
yeah.
multiple. I'm a Scientologist. I love Mum. Mum's great, and she's very supportive, and she's always been great, and she doesn't really care about if I'm fat happy or not. She's just all good with it. Like,
Oh, don't get me wrong, I really do love my mummy, by the way. Disclaimer, she is.
Of
She's
course,
like
of
my best
course.
mate. Like she cracks me up.
she's just very honest.
She is honest.
You have a wee hair in your eye, and I want you to just...
All right, Mummy.
Just because I don't want you to watch this back and go, why didn't he tell me I had a hair in my eye?
Ah, thank
It's
you.
like whenever someone has lipstick on their teeth,
Yeah,
I
I have
tell them,
lipstick on my teeth.
you don't have lipstick on your teeth.
You're
I
a
would
good
tell you.
person.
I would tell you. I don't want you to be sitting with it. You know what I mean? You gotta look out for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not lovely.
I'm not too... you can bring me home to your wee biddies.
I'll bring you home to the biddies with their teddies and they'll show you and you get all giddy.
Oh, I don't want to see biddy titties.
Do you remember
doesn't
whenever
make me giddy.
Betty Duffy's used to be called Happy Dobbins?
I do. My dad used to be a doorman at it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wonder do I know your daddy?
Maybe. He's doorman on the road for many a year.
Was he?
Yeah, he doored at the Whiteford. He doored at the McEnany's, the Rock.
I have worked in the Whiteford and McEnany's.
Maybe you know him then.
What you call him?
Big Soupy, Big Joe Campbell.
I do know your daddy.
Are you my sister? Have we just...
No, but my child's your sister. Your brother. I do know who you're on about. Oh my God, that's a good... So everybody knows him.
Oh, well, that's why. Like,
So you can't go to the shop with
You
him?
can't go to anywhere with him because he's like, all right.
Yeah, like they know absolutely everybody and everyone.
But yeah, he's a good laugh. Like, he's funny.
Ah,
He's a header.
I do. I know.
We had to retire him from the door. We
Did
had
you?
to. Yeah, we had to like old Yeller take him out the back and
Is he like
put a gun to his head.
like, do you reckon would he be like, or is he gentle in the house?
I mean, he's gentle in the house. You have to remember, like he stopped being a doorman when he was 50.
Yeah.
So like that's a right old age to be a doorman. Like I think he was just bluffing it by the last few years.
I see this face in my head whenever you said that name, and I was like, I know, I can picture who you're talking about because it was Like, well, obviously I'm 36, so I've been going to pubs and clubs now for about fucking 20 years.
For 35 years.
36 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you remember whenever the White Fort was just the White Fort years ago and there was no...
What's it called now? The Wolf and Whistle?
What's it called? Apparently they're changing it back to the White Fort. Fuck me.
But that happened with the Beehive and Caffrey's.
Yeah.
Caffrey's was the Beehive, Beehive was Caffrey's, and they just kept coming back and forth. Well, it's the Beehive now, isn't it?
It is. It's the Beehive. Oh, Beehive yourself. Apparently they're doing away with it. I was like, no way.
Oh, there's a comedy night booked in it.
Is there?
I'm booked in for it. Aye.
Are you?
In January, I believe, yeah.
Get away. There you go. Keep your eyes peeled if you live local.
Yeah, there you go.
The Beehive. I reckon actually that'd be quite good. I reckon that would be a brilliant crowd.
I used to play a shit slot in the Beehive. Like,
Now, don't call her that.
week.
What was her name? For fuck's sake.
On like a Friday. Like
Friday morning, 10 a.m.
No, like 6 o'clock. Oh, Jesus.
What was so bad about it?
The bar.
Because, like, at that time, it's just all the outlaws that just sit in the bar all day. You know what I mean?
Do they not give a fuck or what?
No, you're just an inconvenience at that point.
I've
and
been
it's
there.
not until the last half an hour of the set before, like, people are actually coming in.
Going nuts, and then you're getting off, and they're going, why don't you just play an hour one?
They're going playing, but then that's when the DJ comes on, and so
Rips the room up.
oh,
Yeah.
geez, it
What do you
was
mean you've
tough
had?
going.
Do you know what? See, before we get into this, because if we're going to start talking about gigs, we'll do our word of the week.
Wow, okay. Word of the week. Do you want to pronounce it, or do you want me to try and pronounce
Try
it?
pronounce it.
Agelast?
Agelast.
Agelast?
Yeah. Agelast. Agelast. Now I was saying Agelast because I'm doing that thing now that we were talking about in the previous episode, where whenever you get to a certain age, you just sort of ram
Yes.
all the words together. Because I
Yeah.
said something the other day. I was like, it was just something, and I caught myself doing it, and I went, "Stop doing that. You sound like a middle-aged woman."
This is very Sesame Street.
Yeah.
The chalkboard.
It is, isn't it? That's
But
what I was
like it.
aiming for. So do you want to know what it means?
Sure.
I'll tell you, I may as well. but
Okay, you got cards and
While
everything.
you're here, yeah, I've got wee word up cards. Like.
Okay. This is nice.
Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
those.
No
So,
expense spared.
Agelast or Agelast. It's Agelast. Pronouncing it properly.
I know I'm going to look up the pronunciation and it's going to be nothing like
I
that.
already did, didn't I, Jess? Because I was like, and if you ever hear an American pronunciation of something, I'm like, I need to go and get the
Yeah.
English pronunciation of it because
Right,
I know
right.
we sort of differ there.
That's right.
So it's one who never laughs, especially at jokes.
Oh, that's basically my audience. Hey, he gets it.
Agelast.
But oh wow, that's a sad word then, isn't it?
Yeah, because it like derives from, there's like Latin, and so there's to laugh, and this is to not laugh.
So this is agelastic.
Agelast. Yeah. Do you ever notice whenever you're gigging and there's like one person in the audience that's sitting there looking like,
Well, not. Oh, okay.
make me.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah. It happens in basically every audience.
there's always at least one Agelast
Yeah.
in the audience, isn't there?
But
and you go, sometimes I just focus on them, like
ya?
in badness. Yeah.
See, here's the thing about me.
If you're not laughing, I'm gonna make you. You're gonna love me. It's the daddy issues. I'm like, you need to love me. Like, you need to laugh. You know, fucking pay attention to me. Don't leave me. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of vibe.
I feel like I'm on a desperate Tinder date right now. That's how this feels. I'm pretty sure a lot of my Tinder dates have said the exact same sentences verbatim.
Oh,
I have daddy issues. Don't leave me. I want you to love me. Just all in
Can
a row.
you sign this disclaimer for my STD?
Oh,
Do you
God.
know there's a dating website? Well, it's not a dating website. It's a it is a dating website for people who have like genital herpes.
Well, now
So-
we've just opened up a whole new fucking box of fucking.
That's what the one orange
But
on.
apparently it's because like there was someone. But I
What's it
think
called?
it should be called herpes ever after. If they haven't called it that, then they're missing a trick.
That's not bad. Yeah.
But it's like obviously for people who don't feel comfortable disclaiming and they understand about genital herpes and how like it's not like transferable if you're not having a flare up and stuff. So like they all get together and they all stick together. I was going to say, but that gives you images.
Apparently, allegedly, the R&B artist Usher is notorious for having herpes.
Really?
Yeah.
Get away.
Now, again, I said allegedly.
Allegedly.
So that might Usher don't come after me.
Hey ladies, hey fellas.
Usher's my favorite.
I hope you've all got your bonjela.
Peace up, A-Town.
Sorry.
That was good. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I reckon he's a bit of a her.
Oh, I just meant the herpes website.
Oh, right.
but no, that makes sense too. I'm assuming, like, I don't want to speak out of turn here, but there's probably one for HIV/AIDS as well. I would say
there would be actually, because it would make it because there's a lot of stigma, isn't there? And to be able to like be around
just take
people,
that PrEP, baby. That's what they say.
Yeah,
that we pill.
Take that PrEP. That's really revolutionised how like people think about it as well, though, hasn't it? I think that's really helped in destigmatizing.
Yeah.
Destigmatizing, because you're like, you can just take PrEP, but then the warn to not become like
complacent on the PrEP.
Yeah, on the ale PrEP. You're well prepped. Sorry, I wanna. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
No, it's all good.
But Aaron has said that it's okay if I talk about the fact that you have had a vasectomy.
Sure, I'm very infertile. This mic could get you more pregnant than I could.
Wow,
that's
tried.
the level with the mic.
Yeah,
well known me.
That's Mike.
Yeah. Hey, big black mic there.
Magic mic.
But no, it's fucking, it's all gone.
So what prompted you to do that, to take that? I think that's very like responsible of a guy to go. Jess is nodding away here. Everybody say hi to Jess. The sister-in-law's on.
Well, yeah, there is. You know, it is kind of shitty for women because, and look, this isn't why I did it, but. Like,
I don't give a fuck about the women.
No. I'm not trying to be like a big fucking hero here, being like, oh, I did it for my own fucking reasons. But look, it is shitty that there isn't a male pill or there isn't like a male fucking implant or whatever. Like, it's always the woman that has to carry the and the woman's the one who fucking gets pregnant. So, like, yeah, in that respect, absolutely. Like, it's a very sensible thing to do, and I think maybe more people should probably consider
You
it.
definitely should. My husband especially.
You try to talk him into it?
He's already said he's going for it, but it's taken him forever. Sorry for calling
Is he on the
you.
NHS list
I
for
said
it?
just go private.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Guy down south does it for €500, best money you'll ever spend.
That really sounded like you were going to go, there's a fella has a shed out the back.
Yeah. It's his paddy, does it?
Yeah.
I help. Yeah.
You help. You
know the McDonald's are in the everything.
The McDickles.
Yeah. But you can. There's an expert guy who does it down south that like it's his speciality. It's all he's like focused on.
He's the bollocks, is he? The dog's bollocks.
Yeah, his name's Dr. John McCormick. So
that sounded like you were Dr. John McClane.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't as sexy and good as McCormick. Good Irish guy. Yeah. And he just day in, day out, he's just snipping the bollocks of boys.
If you want anybody to handle your balls, it's a good Irishman.
He did a swell job with myself now, I have to say.
Was it swollen after?
No.
Was it painful?
No.
Tell me about how it wasn't painful and therefore like it's not a big deal.
I look, I'm not just saying this. To influence your husband, but I will say I've had worse dentist appointments. Like,
Really?
I would almost go again just to have a bit of attention. Like it was like kind of like a spa treatment in many ways to me. Like, I was like, this is
you're used to getting treated like a spa, aren't you?
In this fucking place. But
was he all like, come in, relax?
Well, he didn't rub my balls like that. No,
that made him weird.
He just was very normal, and then it lasted like 10 minutes in and out. Like, it was so easy.
Is this something else your Tinder dates have said?
I'll be lucky with 10. 4.
2 pumps in a squirt.
Yeah.
That is amazing. No, I think it's what's the word I'm looking for? Noble.
No balls.
No balls.
No balls. I still have the balls.
You still have the balls.
Yeah.
And it all still works as if normal, doesn't it?
Oh, if anything, it's better. You get a wee confetti.
Does it taste better?
Oh.
Have you noticed?
It's lower in calories, I'd say that.
Yeah. Do you know whenever I told
it's like gluten-free.
Gluten-free, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. The gluten-free glue. I told my mates before this, I kind of spread this fake news. I thought it was true at the time that swallowing semen was the same amount of calories as a piece of toast.
Oh,
right?
that's definitely fake news.
As a slice of bread. And the first thing that my friends asked, and I asked them on separate, like on their own, and the first thing they said to me was, whiter bread brown? Whiter bread brown?
Whiter bread brown?
Whiter bread brown? Or whiter brown bread?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what's the difference in calories between white and brown, do you know?
I think white's like far more calorific. It's like full of sugar. So like a slice of white bread can be like 180
Sean,
calories.
look it up. I think brown's more calorific.
It has like lots of fibre in it and the good stuff. Whereas white has like all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
That's what's
we still talking about bread. But no, I think sperm has 21 calories or something like that.
Does it?
I think the average load has that, yeah.
Imagine that. And like you can make a baby out of that. That's science. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You made 4 babies out of it.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of calories. That's about, 80,
any one of your mums like, you're not
calories.
happy fat.
You're not happy fat because you're fucking pregnant again, Bronagh. You need to
senseless,
knock it in the head.
Yeah.
Definitely. But do you know what? Whenever you go to a doctor that's something like that, or you have to have, it doesn't help to have an Agelastic doctor. Do you ever like try and crack a wee bit of a joke whenever you're like nervous and they're just like ankles together, knees apart?
I mean, yes and no. I can't get what you're saying, but also when he's touching my bollocks, I kind of don't want him to be. I want him to be Agelastic.
Yeah.
I don't want to be laughing. I don't want to be down there having a giggle to himself. I think that's way worse. Because I can't see what he's doing, and then am I like, has he found another ball? Like, what's happened here? Sean, what have you got for us?
I've got contrasting reports.
Okay, go.
Internet's full of fake news.
Yeah, the internet is.
That's probably because I put it there.
So I've got one report saying a slice of bread is 219 calories of white bread.
Surely not.
Of brown bread, 185, which I think is bullshit. The next one says...
That is, well, the one that I get can be, if you're using Nimble, it's 65 or 120.
Well, this one says...
For Gallagher's.
White bread is 60 calories, where brown bread is 65 calories.
I bet you the first one was American bread, and the second one was our bread. Because we were looking at this YouTube thing the other day. What was it called, Jess?
UK versus USA snack wars.
Ah, yes. Where they compare UK and US foods. Yeah, that's fun.
What is the crack with their fries, their chips?
They love it.
There's like a million 21 ingredients, and it was going like it's a chip because it even over here it said like McDonald's and KFC ingredients: sunflower oil, potatoes, salt, and then
simple. That
goes the American. It's like fucking sodium potassium carbonate. What was it? Turmeric. He was calling it.
Turmeric.
Do you do a lot of cooking?
I do a lot of cooking. Yeah.
Gotta keep the kids fed, mate.
Is there any like naughty things you throw in dishes that you do?
Come.
Like, what do you mean?
Like something like I put, for example, sugar in my curry.
Oh yeah.
And this is a fucking cracker. Swear to God, do this, change your life.
Go.
Fucking mix in. See if you're like marinating like chicken, like throw in like half a teaspoon of baking soda.
Really?
Fucking makes the chicken so much tender.
Really?
Great.
Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Do you know what's a good wee? If you're ever making spaghetti bolognese, stick it from scratch, not from one of those Dalmayo things. Stick a wee teaspoon of sugar in it. Balances out the acidity of all the tomatoes, and it makes it just nicer and more palatable.
Ramsay puts a drop of milk in his bolognese to make it like creamy.
Does he? That sounds nice.
I do that too.
Yeah. Creamy bolognese. That's what.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Spaghetti bolognese. Yeah, spaghetti bolognese. No, I just like try and hide foods in foods so that my kids eat it.
What are you trying to hide in which food?
Like vegetables. So I'll like blend, like I'll make their soup. Say I'm making like a really nice soup. I'll blend the shit clean out of all the vegetables and then maybe stick a wee bit of cream in there and be like, look, it's creamy soup. You know, and then
they don't know I bear, yeah.
They don't, you know what I mean? Like I make this one recently off the Border Lunch page, and it's mainly like celery and chicken stock and stuff like that, and like all greens, and I blend the shit out of it, and then you put the orzo pasta in, and I tell them it's chicken noodle soup, and they're like, but these aren't noodles, and you're like, but they're kind of like noodles, aren't they? And they're like, yeah, just fucking eat it.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? You're like sick of it, and then I do a thing called the Bianca Jackson dinner.
Who's Bianca Jackson?
No, Bianca out of EastEnders.
I don't watch
Ricky! Like years ago. Yeah, I haven't watched EastEnders in about 20 years, but she was always Ricky. And she was always feeding her kids fish fingers, wasn't she? It's just like always fish fingers. Fish fingers? I'm doing it again. See, that's the thing. Fish fingers and like chips.
Right.
And whenever I'm doing that, I call that a Bianca Jackson dinner because it's like I just can't. I don't give a fuck.
But sometimes those dinners are like
the
best.
Oh, my kids love those dinners. I could stand there and I make this really nice like Moroccan tagine sweet potato curry.
Oh wow! Yeah.
And I'm like standing there making that, put my spices in, right, and then I'm like, creme fraiche, half fat, keep them healthy. Fucking here you go slaving over my stove, naan breads and all. And 1 week they'll be like, oh, that's nice, Mummy, I really like that. And then you'll make it the next week for them and go, we hate that, we want chicken nuggets. And you're going, you ungrateful wee fucking bastard. Eat your chicken nuggets. Do you know what I mean? But we don't do that in our house. You get fed, you're either liking it or you're going hungry.
There you go.
My mum used to go, you can't be hungry in.
That's it.
Did you do that thing with your mummy where you'd walk in and go, what's for dinner? No, your mummy was nice, wasn't she? And they would go, shake with sugar on it. Did your man ever do that?
I think mine did that too. But then they would follow it up by telling me what actually was for dinner.
What actually was for dinner? Are you an only child?
Yeah. No brothers and sisters.
Right. So do you love it?
Yeah. Well, it's like you don't know any different. Like I think when I was younger, maybe I would have liked a brother or sister. But when you get older, you're just like, I'm happy enough. Like what I will say is because I have a vasectomy, that means the family lineage stops with myself.
Yeah. What did your daddy say about your vasectomy?
He loves it. He's like, oh yeah.
Fair fucking play to you, they're wee bastards. Take it from me, I hate my son.
Like, yeah. Well, my mum was very supportive of it. She was like, my mum was literally like, great, because I don't want to be minding some other fucker's kids.
Yeah.
She's like, that's fucking great news for me, because I can't be ours being a granny.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, well,
Did
there
you
you
just
go.
decide you didn't want kids then? You were like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think
didn't even have any kids around me as a child. So I'm not going to bother. I used to think as a kid, I used to be really jealous of the only children.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they always had the best toys.
I did do all right, yeah.
They always got attention.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas, like, we were just like, where are they?
You also got peace too. You got peaceful time. Like when you went to bed at night, there was quiet. There was no like.
You would struggle. Like my cousin, she was an only child, and funnily enough, we've been voice noting back and forth a lot recently because she lives in Edinburgh. She's a teacher, and she was telling me that it's like a culture shock for her because she has 3 children now, and she had them like sort of in quick enough succession. She was like, I just saw because I was an only child, I didn't want my kids to be only children, and she was like, kid, is it normal that they fight all the time? Like, is that, like, why? It really upsets me. And I was like, that's totally normal. I can assure you, like, they'll hate each other. You've just made arch enemies. You think you're making friends, but you've made nemesis for each other. Like, that's just the way this thing fucking rolls.
I remembered another one of those, like, things that your ma says, no one asks what's for dinner. My ma used to say stew bugs and onions.
Stew bugs and onions? Or stew bugs and onions?
Stewed bugs and onions.
Stewed bugs. But you went, Mummy, that sounds lovely.
Let's go, yuck.
Sean was kind of an only child, though,
I
weren't
was sort
you?
of an only child.
Yeah, because you were born late into the lineage. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just had lots of doting brothers and sisters.
There was 16 years between me and Patrick.
And is Patrick the youngest?
He's
beside you.
the second youngest.
Who's the youngest beside you? Oh, you're the youngest then?
I'm the youngest. He's the second youngest.
16 years between you. And you're the young.
But you know something? See, if you were 16, you walked in, your mom was like, I'm pregnant. I'd be like, you're still bucking? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Fair
I'm
play
only.
to them.
Fair play to you. I'm out here trying to get my hole, and there's you riding away. Do you know what I mean? Well done, father. Well done. I commend you.
So, what age was your mother when you were like born?
40.
Wow.
Oh, she was still young enough then.
Oh yeah.
Aye, because she was 18 when she had the oldest
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
And then 19 with the second one. And then like 21 or 22 with Patrick. And then...
Oh, bless.
That's exactly like Charlie.
Oh, yes, Kurt's uncle was born on the same day as him.
Wow.
Now, when I say this, okay, it takes a wee bit to unpack. Yeah. His granny gave birth on the exact same day that his mummy did. I think they were in the paper, weren't they?
That's
They were in the paper.
that's like the movie Kicking and Screaming. If you've ever watched it, it's like Will Ferrell, and he has like a child on the same day as his dad.
Oh, yes, that's right. And the dad's like all, my kid's awesome and your kid isn't.
Yeah.
And there's We Will Eat Beyong it's a wee football one.
Aye. Bucky.
Yeah, that is a good
I was like
movie.
me with my nephews and nieces.
You were a good way. So I was about to say, so does your mum have sisters and brothers and your daddy have sisters and brothers? Like, and you've like an Irish family that's mad anyway?
We don't have that big a family. Like it's weird. Like it's not that big. No, we have like my mum has a few sisters, and they have some kids and stuff. They're cousins of mine, but yeah, it's kind of low key. Like yeah, it's fine.
You have kind of peaceful household vibes.
Well, my current household is just me, so it's extremely peaceful.
Extremely peaceful.
It's,
See, even whenever my household is just me, I have all these fucking voices up here. Like, it's just so mad.
Well, yeah, I kind of get those too, but I have plenty of time to air them out because that's so much alone time, which I kind of like a little bit.
I feel like you're bragging. I feel like really jealous about it.
Well, like when I talk to even Diona and stuff, there's times where Diona goes, I have days on where I sit back and go, I fucking wish I was Aaron Butler.
Yeah, like that's going to be me from now on. I'm going to be sitting back going, I wonder where Aaron Butler lives exactly. Just show up at your door and go, I've gone. I'm never going back again. Now let me in. When did you first get into comedy, Aaron?
From an early age, I was making like short videos and short films and stuff. Like I have a YouTube account that's 17 years old. So yeah. My YouTube account was made in 2006.
Get away.
So like, and I was...
You should get like a letter from
the
Queen of YouTube or something.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. From Mr. Google or whatever.
Well done. You're a geriatric in the YouTube world.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was giving the talk today to kids at my old school, and those kids were like 15, 16, and I was telling them, I was like, I have a YouTube channel older than all of you.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Which is crazy. And they're all sick, like lower sick, upper sick or whatever.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so I was always doing that, fucking about, playing it. Like I always like having fun, making little sketches and things like that. And then as I went into uni, I kind of started to get the itch to want to do a bit of stand up, and there wasn't much about it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But then BBC did like a show called Find Me the Funny, which was trying to like find new comedy talent in the country. Applied for that. And it all kind of went from there. I like that's where like a lot of boys back in the day, like Shane did that show, Mickey did. That's where I met and fucking
Mickey and Shane,
the legend of Mickey Bartlett.
Yeah,
like fucking,
we were just chatting about
where you're
Mickey
like,
there.
almost an enigma. Where like just this fucking character who absolutely loves the party, loves the drink.
Yeah,
and you're just like, this guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Do you know why I always think for our Palladium? Like, because I remember in uni we did the same course.
Yeah.
And he was a year above me though, because I actually did a different course for a year and then went there. And I remember like seeing him we were talking away, and I went, what do you want to do? Because he'd said to me, what do you want to do whenever you leave? And I was like, I want to be a playwright. I went, what do you want to do? And see, from the very beginning, he always just went, stand-up comedy.
Oh,
I'm going to do it. And then whenever we left and he was doing it, I was like, fuck it, for our Palladium.
Oh yeah, there's never been anyone more designed or made in a factory to be a stand-up comedian than Mickey Bartlett. Like, it's just it's insane. And I met Sean Haggerty on that show as well. He was a part of it, and yeah, just that's where that sort of that crop of comedians came from. And then,
do you know, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah,
that is news for me.
And like Colin then, like a year later, sort of popped onto the scene and
with the I Am Fighter stuff.
Yeah. And then I sort of took a bit of a break from it all for a good load of years, and then just came back. And
did you have a wee hiatus, babe?
Yeah, like I was very young at the time. Like I was like 20, 21, and I was kind of like, you sometimes need a bit of life experience to find your voice, and that was what I needed. Like, so I kind of knew, and then just came back, and
I do find that here. Actually, because part of me is like, I wish I had did comedy earlier, and then the part of me is like, no, I couldn't have done it earlier because, like, you know, I didn't have what it took then. Do you know what I mean? Like, I needed to be able to, you need to be able to go, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's hard to stand on stage and like dictate to people about your thoughts and feelings about life when you've barely even.
Yeah. And another thing about kids, and they're like, you are a kid.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I know.
But then you get the other end of that where you get the crowds and you go, like, I will read the room before I go on stage normally, because I'll look out and be like, right. And especially if like you're on sort of last and you hear what other comedians are doing, and if it's not landing, like, you'll go, that's a real young room in there. They don't have kids, they don't have do you know what I mean? I don't tend to really joke about my kids too much anyway, because it kind of, but if it is like an older crowd, they like all that stuff. So you're like, yeah, fucking, and if you're talking about kids to younger people, you kind of frame it in a way as a danger poster, you know, like don't do what I did.
Yeah.
But you see some comedians doing that, and they'll go on and they'll talk. I did this thing before where it's cringy. Whenever I was younger, and I was like doing these workshops with people.
All right.
Like older people. It was arts and older people. It was a brilliant project. But I wish somebody had like briefed me before. I was 23 or something. So I thought like mature enough. So it was arts and older people. And I went up to this like fold at the top of the White Rock Road.
Sounds sexy, yeah.
Yeah, it was well sexy. A few hot grams.
The old fold.
The old fold.
Is there any riding happening in the folds?
Oh, fuck.
Definitely. Oh, absolutely. Do you know that there's a problem with STDs among the over 60s?
I've heard this at the minute, yeah. What is it they attribute that to again at the minute?
The fact that they're not frightened of pregnancy. So they're just like riding around everywhere and they're catching everything.
And then your libido, isn't this right? Your libido like rises the older you get.
For women.
Sure, for women, yeah. Not for men. Oh fuck, let me tell you, I'm on the decline.
Yeah, they well, no, apparently whenever a woman's only coming up to like the menopause, your libido spikes because it's like your body going, you've only got a few eggs
just before
left.
the menopause. Fuck.
And then it's kind of bad because that coincides, given that you and your partner are the same age, that coincides with the men's declining.
Aye.
So the women are horny as hell and the men are like, not tonight, love, I just had a curry. So that's probably like where all the affairs, I don't know why I'm doing this. It's kind of...
what way are you getting it
That's
on?
probably like where like affairs and shit like that happen.
But that's also why we have Viagra, you know what I mean?
That is!
Get that fucking shoved straight up your cock.
Priapism.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Priapism is...
Is that not a medical thing?
It's medical whenever you have an erection. It's known as...
Is that when you have too long an erection?
Yes. Yeah. So if you take a Viagra
Been there.
and you have... have you really? Yeah, you have. Let's not talk about the first time we met. So yeah, there's people have to go to that. Do you know how they help with priapism?
I believe they put a syringe and take the blood out, don't they?
Yeah.
Do you reckon they don't need that
I thought
blood
that was a suggestive thing, like, do you know how to help?
the wanky, the fucking softness.
No, that's only people with bupa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They get the private treatment. No, they stick a syringe in your willy and they draw out all the blood.
But that happens if you overdose on Viagra. That doesn't happen if you take a normal dose.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. So, like, if you take 2 Viagra, go straight to hospital. And that, by the way, that's not from experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've basically fucked it.
Yeah, you're literally fucked. Can you imagine that? But like it being, you just be like, go away, ba-doing, ba-doing. Do you know what gets me? Right, Curtis was half asleep the other night, and I was watching something on the TV. 13 again, I won't go away. Bless. Do you know what fascinates me though? I feel sorry because I have 4 boys, and obviously, like for boys,
4 boys?
yeah, they're all boys.
Oh, Jesus.
I know, Aaron. Like it's fucking hard work. It's mental. It is mental. I think that's why I carry on.
Cleaning
the way I
your
do.
toilet must be a fucking delight.
Jess has been staying here for the past few days, so she has heard the screaming matches in the house where it's like, who was in the bathroom upstairs? Like literally, it is wild. But I'm like, you're old enough now to be doing this yourself. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. But like, boys' puberty can be very visible. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like that must be so embarrassing and like.
Not for me.
No,
I have a showcase in it.
You were like, look,
I was like, everybody come to the magic show, you know what I mean?
Curtis was lying asleep the other night and I was watching something on TV and it was, do you know, it showed you this scene. It's like a movie or something. And there was a guy lying there and he had like a tent, you know, on the bed where like there's like
He had a route.
He had a route. He was up a route.
Yeah.
And
we day route.
We gay route.
I mean, if it is.
But he so it was doing that thing that they do in comedy movies where there's like a tent on the bed.
It does like, can we do it with this?
Yes, do it with that.
Like,
yes,
like
yes, it's like that. Like
comedian Aaron Butler.
That's it. And I didn't realise that Curtis was like half asleep at the time and I turned around and was like, why do they always do that? That's not how it happens in real life. And he was like, what? And I was like, You know, whenever a man gets an erection and it's like there's like a wee triangle on the bed, and he was like half asleep, and he was like, "Is that a hint? Like, are you?" I was like, "No, go back to sleep."
You're terrified.
Do you know what I mean? But you know, whenever you just randomly, do you watch TV in bed?
Oh, I have a great setup. I've like my TV like slings into the wall and then can swing out into the middle of the bed and then go back in again. It's class.
His house is like
A bachelor pad.
It's also like fucking Tony Stark's fucking like gadget cave. Like I've got like smart heating, smart blinds, smart lights, smart everything. Everything's connected. Smart plugs. Everything's like remote.
I always say it's like I imagine Arn has a sex mode. You know, he just goes
activate.
There's and a wee robot butler comes in and sucks me off.
Can you imagine?
Like, a fireplace comes out from the wall.
Like the fucking
Like you'd be one of those that you push a wee button and a bed just drops down.
Yeah.
You know, like
a condom machine comes out from the wall.
Yeah. You don't need that.
The real life.
Oh, you do.
You do.
You do.
The real life quagmire.
Oh, giggity.
But it is great. Like,
Yeah.
But no.
Can you swap lives with me for like a day?
I fuck with like that Channel 4 show Wife Swap where they would swap lives.
Yeah.
I think if we swap lives for a day, you'd not want to go back to your other life.
Wouldn't.
So it's probably best.
And you would come back just bald headed.
Oh, I'd be
and raggedy.
I'd be fucked. Yeah. I don't know how you
Two
do
of the
it.
kids would be dead.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'd be dead.
Fuck, Jess heard me this morning, and like in the mornings, honestly, I was talking last week about how like sometimes I scream so loud in the morning that even my neighbours brush their teeth and get their shoes on. But he was like, the kids were playing me up this morning, and then see the rigmarole, Jess, back me up here, that I go through every morning to get those fuckers out to school, right?
Oh, that's got to be the worst.
And then I come back and I'm like, and Jess goes, "You okay, babe?" And I was like, and Curtis turns around to me and he's like, "You seem a bit stressed, babe." Do you know what I mean? Why are you so stressed?
Yeah.
And you're like, because that is just the prequel to my day. That's before I can get anything done. Do you know what I mean? I have to go through. It's like fucking. I get traumatized even thinking about it.
Yeah.
But speaking of Aaron's sex pad, do you want to hear my dirty word of the week?
Sure.
This is a wee weird one, actually.
So, anastemophilia?
Philia.
Philia? Anastemophilia.
Yeah, so philia is just like anything
Like
unnatural love for.
pedophilia or necrophilia.
Yes, all the good ones.
All the great kinks that
all the great.
that
But
Bronagh
do you know
has.
what I love? Shut up and don't be telling everybody. You can basically just change philia to phobia half the time, and it means the same thing, means the opposite. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So this is people who are basically attracted to those who are shorter than them.
Short kings?
Or there's greater height distance. Do you know what I mean? People who enjoy a height distance. So you can be a short king and love a really, really tall woman.
Okay.
Do you know what I
Or
mean?
be
Or you
like
can
a
be a
short-
tall man who likes a really short woman. You know, you're like...
Like Snow White and Bashful.
Yeah.
Don't tell me there wasn't something fucking happening there.
There
Like,
was definitely... Do you know whenever I watched that
all
for the
7 of
first
those
time?
wee boys running a train on that hood.
That's a Disney movie.
Hi ho, you fucking slut.
Hi ho. Hi ho.
Covered in Snow White.
That makes sense, actually. The first time this year they say hi ho.
Where's that wee dopey bastard?
I remember watching it as a kid, and I'd heard somebody use the word horny, like relatively close to this specific time.
Yeah.
And I just thought horny meant like when you, because I had said, "What does horny mean to this person?" When it's like whenever you love someone. Must have been an adult said it. And
Yeah.
it's whenever you love someone.
Yeah.
And I went, right, okay.
Very old school
Yeah,
answer that.
yeah, that really is when you love someone. And I was like, and when you're married. But I was watching it, and you know the wee scene where Dopey runs back up, and he's like joining the line again, so he can get a kiss from her in the morning.
Oh, why?
And I remember where I was sitting in my mummy's bed, and I went, "Mummy, Dopey's horny." And
She's
I
like,
honestly,
he is alright.
To be fair, he did have a fucking horny look about his wee stupid face, like, didn't he?
Yes. But she went to me, "What did you say?" And I was like, "Dopey's horny." And she went, "What does that mean?" And I went, "Why is this a quiz?" Do you know what I mean? I was like, "When you love someone." She was like, "Are you sure that's what you think it means?"
Oh, fuck.
Dopey's horny. Yeah. But it kind of fascinates me because whenever this is my book.
Can I just have a wee see of this?
Yes.
The Encyclopedia of Unusual Sex Practices. More than 750 entries and one. There's 150 illustrations.
Yes.
Now I don't want to ruin your bookmark
No,
here.
there's some really good illustrations. Have a look.
But is there? I'm trying to find. What the fuck's that?
Oh, that's kokigami. That's whenever you're wrapping up your willy.
In like an origami style.
Origami style. So
Before
they
I
like,
covered this.
they wrap it up with paper and they present it as a little gift.
Or a big gift. Let's
Yeah,
not.
or a big gift,
you know.
yes. Or a big, massive, huge gift.
Now a lot of these illustrations are just like a bit of hugging and stuff. Like, you know.
Yeah, with the willy out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
basically.
trying to find one that would really speak to me.
Right, go.
Oh,
Go.
What the fuck is this?
What is that?
Oh, it's in oral sex, and there's a snake coming out of this girl's dude.
Oh my god.
I don't know show the cameras.
Charmer?
That's like, what do you call that?
Zoom in on that
Hentai?
fucking thing.
Like, or
Is it hentai?
That's anime porn you're thinking of.
Yeah, but don't people do that where they're like,
Tentacles.
well, there's like, it's like tentacles. Yeah.
I'm
Well-
like being like a snake charmer if you're dude.
It's probably on the previous page, so it's like that is
Oh, because there's whatever that is.
ophidicism.
Ophididae, snake, refers to
Ophidicism.
people who use reptiles. The snake in the form of the circle biting its own tail has been a representation of sex
Ouroboros.
since Egyptian civilization. The snake represented the male organ, and the ring that it formed symbolized the vagine.
Oh.
Today, it doesn't say vagine, but I say that.
Yeah, I like that.
People can contract salmonella from
Yeah!
amphibians reptiles.
From
Fuck me.
reptiles,
I was
like-
just being like, if you got herpes, no salmonella.
Yeah.
Full salmonella in my dude.
Imagine a fella walked up to you and was like, do you want to see my garden snake? And you were like, really? Where did you get him from? Do you know what I mean? Like, it better be a real fucking snake.
Oh.
Not a garden snake. I want a king cobra with a hook in it. Let it lean over.
Yeah, wow.
I think there was actually like just before this one, there was a particularly.
And so do you
hairy
read
bush.
this?
I do. Like this one's quite interesting. That's people who.
That's a girl that has one leg.
Yeah, are attracted to absence of a limb.
So you can be, this is a thing, people can be attracted.
Mm-hmm.
Flip me.
They usually, some of them convince a consenting partner to like wrap up a limb to make it look like they haven't got a limb because they
How
want
would you wrap up a limb to
like to
put-
like
put it-
bind it, like put it up behind you. There's probably somebody else does that for you too.
People are into some mad things, aren't they?
Yeah. Like
Call me
there's
old fashioned. I like a good old 2-leg myself now.
a good old what? Two-legged one?
Yeah, yeah.
Two-legged ride?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call me vanilla, but give me an old 2-leg special
Yeah.
and I'm good to
People
go.
pretending to like to like have like one less limb. It reminds me of like when you're playing fucking sword fights as a kid.
Oh, aye, and your arm goes behind
and
you.
Somebody hits like your arm. You're like, right, you've lost an arm, and you put your arm. in.
Yeah, and you're
I
not
was just
allowed
get
to
home to
use
your
it.
wife, be like, listen, love, wrap that fucking leg up. Me and you are fucking getting it on tonight. Like,
That's usually what I say to the husband, but his leg is a euphemism for something else.
oh, why?
But it's
Not
just...
when he gets the vasectomy, though, he won't be wrapping it up.
Yeah.
He will be firing it away.
Exactly. He can go bareback all he wants.
Need to decommission his bollocks, is what we need to do.
I love it.
Yeah.
Your bollocks have been decommissioned. I fucking love
Your
that.
bollocks is the IRA, mate. It's time we
Yeah.
decommission those two
Yeah.
things.
And for the first
But we'll keep them in the background
Yeah.
for just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
For safety.
There might be a few left in there, so you need to be a wee bit careful.
Yeah.
Do you ever worry now that like there is a few going to slip past, or is it like past that stage? Do you get tests?
You can get tests, yeah. You can do a wee fertility test if you like.
Yeah.
But no, I'm blanking it up, you know.
You're blanking
blankety
it.
blank, yeah.
Blankety blank, blankety blank.
The
There's like rappers out there who say they get like done, don't they? Like as soon as they make it famous, because
just in case.
baby mamas.
Baby mamas.
Yeah,
Smart thing to do. Yeah.
really
Protect that
is.
investment, you know.
Yeah,
You know.
fucking
That's what I'm doing.
definitely. But I love. Do you like big tall women or wee short women?
I'm not what's the
Why
word
am I
I'm
sitting
looking
like
for?
this? I'm like, are we short woman? And I'm a wee short woman.
Yeah.
Spur mind.
No, I think beauty comes in all sizes, right?
Aw, good answer.
Yeah,
Dude's a player.
no, but I think you can be attracted to tall and short women. Me personally, I think it's more like what you're vibing off, and like if that just so happens to be a tall or a short person. Now, look, I do also think there is too short for me. And, you know, if you were a little person, I don't know what the term is for them. I don't want to say
Dwarfism?
Dwarfism, yeah, maybe that's it. But yeah, I wouldn't go that low.
Yeah.
But the
I would never stoop so low.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk this world if I've got to do it solo. Sorry.
But no, it's all good. So yeah, I wouldn't go that. I mean, and I'm a big, tall woman. I'd be fine with, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It usually refers
Go
to
up on
guys who are shorter fellas, right? So it says it refers to people who are attracted to a person because of their difference in height. This preference is most likely to be noticed when the man is shorter than the female. And then there was this, it goes on to tell you a story about this guy who really enjoyed the fact that his girlfriend was so tall and he was so short. And he said he liked walking into a room because he felt like everybody looked at his girlfriend and it made him feel proud. But the person who wrote this book done him dirty a wee bit, because then they write underneath it, it didn't matter to him that his girlfriend wasn't typically beautiful.
Oh, he's like, this big tall stinker here that he's with.
Lord Don Minger hanging off his arm. I mean, they're not looking at you, and they love, they're looking good, and he's fucking got there.
Oh, no.
Like, it's just like, well, she ain't that much. She's nothing to look at. Like,
She's tall, but she's
you know what I
fucking
mean?
face on her like a boot.
oh, she's a giraffe. She's actually a giraffe.
Big long neck on her. From all that dick she's sucking.
You know, whenever we were in uni, whenever we were in uni, I just got a real image of a giraffe deep throating an elephant there, but let's get rid of that.
I mean, that's probably in this book somewhere, I
It
would assume.
probably is.
With
It
the shit
probably
I've
is.
just seen.
When we were in uni, something strange happened one day that we don't really talk about now, but I'm going to.
I mean, this sounds like you're unveiling trauma here, or you're
Oh,
in
well,
a therapy session. We don't talk about it anymore.
we were having a wee girly day and we were all doing our nails and stuff and, you know, pampering, face packs and what have you. And one of the girls turned around and said, do you know that all the fellas are watching, like, I don't even think there was Pornhub back then. I think it was something else, like sex.com or something. And
Straight to the point.
do you know, apparently there's porn out there where people are really into dwarfs, like dwarfism.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, it's not a thing, right? I was like, it ain't.
You thought it was a myth?
I thought it was a myth,
Okay.
right? And so we went down that rabbit hole where we opened the laptop and like just put it in and just watched loads of porn with dwarfs. One of them was like this older guy that had like a woman, and that was all right. But the more sinister looking one to me was this wee fella with dwarfism. Looked like he actually paid a prostitute to just come over and have sex with him. It was like a wee thumb in a bush, right? It was like, do you know what I mean? Like a wee button mushroom. And what happened was, so we were all watching. We were watching it, giggling away, and our friend Andy walked into the room, and he was just like, "All right, girls, what's happening there?" And Andy was a culture, and we were like, "Andy, this isn't what it looks like." We were all just laughing because we didn't know.
We're just laughing. This guy's wee dick, Andy.
And he proceeds to fucking sit down, and he was like, "Right, so what are we watching?" And he just dead ass seriously, like agelastically was like, right, that's grand, girls, I'm with it. And then we actually had to turn around him and go, Andy, this is weird. Can you leave? We'll turn the porn off, but just leave. We'll give ourselves the ick now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah. It's like, what are we watching next?
Yeah.
Asian Grannies? Are we doing Asian Grannies next?
Yeah, I watched a good one last night. Do you know what I mean?
He
Like,
just wants to get all the wee creepy porn out.
tell me this before you go.
Sure.
What is your favourite word?
Balance.
Balance?
Yeah.
Get out of town. Why that?
Because I think it applies to a lot of things in life. Like, you have to have good balance. You can't have too much work. You can't have too much social life. You can't have too much of one thing. You have to be very well balanced, I think, in order to achieve a bit of happiness, I think.
Balanced. Last week, Fabio had active, and you have balance. You guys were all like on the mental health route this time. Like, balance, active. You got to be active. You got to have balance. What's your favourite slang word from Belfast?
Oh, fuck, I was going to say one that would have got me cancelled. You always have to think. Mucker, I like mucker.
Wee mucker.
Right, mucker?
Yeah, mucker comes from Macara, doesn't it?
Bullroot, I like bullroot.
Basically just Sean.
Probably similar taste
Isn't
of
it?
West Belfast.
Bull route. But can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Right. Actually, go over to the Patreon if you would like to hear this story. You can come and follow us on Patreon, donate us a wee quid or maybe more.
Okay.
So thank you so much for watching this episode, and I'm just going to tell this story on the Patreon. So if anybody can't join us, that's grand, and if you can't, come on over.